You're listening or watching to Marvel's book, and in this episode, I'm gonna talk about ways to make money from software or software development. Reaching a point when you monetize a piece of software is very important. Otherwise, you're just goofing around on your computer, much like if you play games in a small local way. And if you are if you are an esports star, there are ways to make money, but I will leave that for now. The first way to make money from programming is get hired by someone in the standard 9 to 5 job. While you are in the office, you write code for your company or for the clients of the company. So you don't own in the end what the code that you have written, at least not in the legal way. And you are mostly stuck in a place where you should spend your time so you could get your salary. For an introvert profession, when like software development, there are some pros to this approach. Actually, meet people, talk in the real world, exchange opinions about the software, the real world stuff, and all things about life. Not just chat in some software online or some program that it is an endless reading from the chat and waiting for the other to respond. That is a little bit more time consuming than talking eye to eye. The second way is freelancing. It is very similar to 9 to 5. You just don't own with freelancing. You also don't own your code, and mostly with freelancing you are working from home, so less social meetings. So mostly with this could be some benefits to that if you are a family person and you spend more time with the individuals you love, and there is a little bit of freedom when you will actually do the work. You could do it in the day, in the nights, and whatever time you prefer. So but it is in the same time it could be viewed as a little bit of hell, because your when tasks are urgent, you are you must do them immediately and not just in the 9 to 5 period. And also this not having a strict schedule may be stressful for someone. Another bad thing is searching for clients and actually getting paid. Usually the clients go deep in the feedback loop, requiring more and more fixes and improvements and small things that from their perspective are something small, but are that in the code, in the programming code, will totally break everything. And or even not only in the code, even designers have the same problem. Another way to make money from software is to create some software product or a service. This way it may be downloaded or executed online from some site, even while you are sleeping. In this case, you are not giving the source code, and you are giving the end result of your code, a website or an app. So It may be to other technical individuals, or very often, and probably, and I hope mostly, to non-technical individuals. So there are several ways to make money walking this path. The first is subscription model. You give access to the users in timely manner when they have paid you. Another way is with one-time purchases. This also called licenses to use your product or service. Sometimes your product could be totally free. Then you could place ads on your site or apps and get paid from them. The ads can be incoming from a third-party service intermediate, and it could be placed in some specific area like a banner or a view after some specific action, or they could be contracted by you individually, and in this case you have much more control on what the ad will actually be, not just some generic coming from the intermediate, from the third person requirements. And in this case, the fee you get may be bigger, in a bigger percentage compared to the first one, but this depends on your ability to negotiate. If your product or service is free and Web 2.0, a tool or a platform where normal people can create stuff and give you rights to use this stuff, you could create a platform where other people show their own ads on the other users of the platform based on the data that the normal people have shared. And the ads could be very, very targeted. Obviously, there are not so much successful companies doing this, like Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, but they're just tip of the iceberg. So other ways to make money from code is to create, other than give the code away or host and serve it yourself, is to make money from individuals that wish to learn what you know. And this content selling model is copied actually from self-help and marketing individuals. For this, you need to record some video tutorials, share some source code, some presentations, host them, and give a membership access to these materials after you get paid. Other ways are through YouTube or Twitch, that are semi-good way to do a mix of the above. Share some tutorials and make the video platform show ads, and you could receive money based on views. So in this case, you should try to code with technology or language or framework that is popular, modern, trendy. Otherwise, no one will ever watch you. Another way to make money is to create models for all kinds of software, for developers and for non-developers. You could create a plugin for your favorite IDE, or you could create a plugin or theme for some CMS, and you could improve the CMS and in whatever way, functional, visual, and whatever, and you could place a fee on this small software model. And there is an option to depend on donations. Wikipedia is one such website. Patreon is another website where you could create something and wait for donations. If you are a non-name individual, you are mostly doomed to hunger, with an exception if you are actually very good at something. In the end, you must realize that money is a psychological idea, a store of value, and it's not bound to the software, which is just a tool. How to reach a lot of people with the software? Obviously, very few will be the cases when someone does it alone. How people around the world will become aware of your existence. You must you you must become aware of a problem or create a tool that will help many individuals with something. Also, you must check if it is a real problem, if you're solving problems, and not just a problem in your head. This is done by a lot of asking the right individuals and creating some minimal viable products and showing them and going through the feedback loop. As a technical individual, I prefer creating tools, and in my opinion, solving already existing problems of other people is a little bit more altruistic software development, even if you get paid, and other than creating something totally new that may or may not help others, and in many cases it creates a new problems, or just will have a longer learning curve for new users that will use your stuff, and in mostly it will be not helpful for the normal non-technical person down the street.